Hey guys, welcome to another Rainbow Cup PvP video. Going up against Ben is a Master from the International PvP Discord. Leading with Mantine here, who I think is a decent lead. Up against Lapras, this isn't a fantastic matchup. He's got Frost Breath, or Ice Shard, whichever one. It's the one of the Ice Quick moves. We go off the Aerial Ace here. Doesn't do a whole lot at all. It actually does like nothing, but any damage is good damage. We shield up the Ice Beam here last minute, just trying to chip away as much damage as we can. And he's already into the yellow, so that's alright for us. Getting off another Aerial Ace. And he lets it go through, into the red now. We're going to let this come through because we've already burnt one shield, we're not going to burn both. And Ice Beam doesn't actually finish us off. He's going to be able to finish it off with quick moves. And we almost got to that Aerial Ace, but doesn't really matter here. We've got two things that are decent against Lapras, Venusaur and Raichu. So we bring in Venusaur to quickly finish him off. And he brings in Charizard. We have to get out of there straight away into Raichu. Raichu can beat Charizard, but he's staying in. So we're going to shield this up, Blast Burn, because we want to protect our Raichu, because we don't want to have to bring in Venusaur up against Charizard, or that's basically game over straight away. Burn a shield. He's still got another shield though, so this is not looking good at all. Dragon Claw, and that almost finishes us up, but we don't get the Thunder Punch off. We try to go for the Razor Leaf to burn a shield instead of a Sludge Bomb, and he lets... oh wait, no, that was a shield, I think. Hard to tell, because when you get charge moves at the same time it doesn't go through. But yeah, that was a shield, and he finishes us off before we can get past Charizard. So that is a good game. That's probably not a balanced trio. I haven't really been doing so balanced trios. I'm kind of just trying stuff out, throwing things together and seeing if they work. Because at this point it's still very early in my testing. We're going to go in with the shiny double ice Lapras with the double fire in the back, Charizard and Makago. I don't think I'm going to be using Lapras, but maybe with a second charge move it'll do better, and it might need Water Gun. We've got Lapras Mirror Match here, purple on blue though, so you know, who's the real winner. And it got some like here, that's right. Might have... okay, I think he's got a few more attacks in, not really sure. Get off this Ice Beam, hoping that he... yeah, it doesn't do much at all, not very effective. Lapras can't do a whole lot to Lapras unless it has Dragon Pulse. Brings in Venusaur, so now we can get off another Ice Beam. He doesn't know that we have Ice Beam, so he's going to shield up. But now we can switch into one of our double fires, Charizard, and we're going to let this come through. Frenzy Plant doesn't do much at all. Charizard is pretty squishy, but he can tank Frenzy Plant. And try to finish off with quick moves, but he gets another charge move. Let it come through, and it's another Frenzy Plant. So we're able to get off this Blast Burn onto whatever he brings in next. Possibly Lapras. Nope, brings in his own Charizard, okay. So we don't want to bring in our... actually, Makago can handle Charizard, so we're happy to let this go down. He has charged up energy though, so we bring in our Makago, who can beat Charizard. We've got both shields, we're just going to let this come through. Dragon Claw doesn't do much at all. We can tank Dragon Claw. Gets off another, probably Dragon Claw. Yep, there it is. So we are losing health pretty quick just because of the speed of the Dragon Claws. And we're just getting off our Stone Edge as he switches back into Lapras. It is able to finish off Lapras, so that's alright. And we're going to shield up here because we still have both shields and Makago can beat up Charizard. And Lapras, it's not really Lapras' job to beat Charizard. Almost got to a Stone Edge, so shielding again, even if it's a Dragon Claw, and it is. And we get off this Stone Edge, and this should finish off Charizard. And down he goes. So that's another good game. Double anything is working pretty well, I think. Never actually tried double electric. I guess you could go Lantern and Raichu. They might be able to complement each other pretty well. Actually, no, not really. They would both beat Charizard depending on the circumstance. But anyway, gonna switch out to Lapras. Go with the Raichu double fire here. So just waiting to see what he brings in. Going in with Raichu, brings in Venusaur. So this is not a great matchup for us just because Raichu is not very tanky and Venusaur is just so quick with the Frenzy Plants. We do get the Thunder Punch first, so that's alright. And he lets it go through, and we try to swap there, but he gets off his move at the same time. So we shield that up to protect our Raichu, and then switch into our Charizard. We don't actually have Dragon Claw on it yet, but we'll get there. It's only 10k dust, so I'll probably put it on anyway. That sludge bomb does a hefty chunk to us. I was hoping it was a frenzy plant with a shield bait. We've got a blast burn ready for whatever he brings in. Blastoise, so we'll probably let this go through. He shields up because blast burn still would do a hefty chunk to Blastoise. Now we bring in our Raichu again, getting off the Thunder Punch. And he still has a shield, so there it is. And if he switches, we'll just switch into Makago. We're going to shield up here because we don't want to have to bring in Makago and Blastoise. He switches out into Azumarill, so this is also a good matchup for us. Get him for the Wild Charge because he has no shields. That does a hefty chunk to Azumarill. Just trying to live out with our Raichu, but unfortunately he does go down. So Makago comes in, he gets up a charge move, we've got no shields. Play Rough, so that's great for us as long as it's not a Hydro Pump. And down he goes, and now he's coming back into Blastoise. This is not great for us. Maybe we can get to a Stone Edge, but no, he has to charge me first. And so that's GG. Leading with Makago, he brings in Venusaur. This is a good matchup for us. Probably switch out, and he's charging up some energy first. Goes into Blastoise. So we're going to switch into our Meganium. This is a great matchup for us. He will have Ice Beam, so that'll do a little bit to us. So we're going to shield up, protect our Meganium, and down goes Blastoise. Those Razor Leafs just tear through it. And we've almost got a Frenzy Plant too. So he brings in Venusaur. So getting off the Frenzy Plant, we can actually beat Venusaur, I'm pretty sure, because he's got the Poison typing. So this will be a Frenzy Plant, I think. Oh, Sludge Bomb, okay. So that totally wrecks us, and we bring in a Azumarill. That was a misclick. Complete misclick. We had Makago. Obviously, we would have gotten Makago, but sometimes he just fat fingers it away, and that happens. So now bringing in Makago. This is basically just going to be a sacrificial Sludge Bomb here. Oh, it doesn't even get rid of Makago. There you go. And we get a Stone Edge off onto Azumarill. And burns the shield. He's still got a shield left. We've got no shields. Charges up with a bit of energy on our Makago, but now we've got Azumarill versus Azumarill. Getting off the Ice Beam to try and bait the shield. And it does bait the shield. This isn't looking great for us though, because he has the energy advantage and the health advantage. So this is just going to take a while. Getting off the Play Rough trade. Play Roughs, all you've got to do, Ice Beams aren't going to do anything to Azumarill, so just bubbling, bubbling, bubbling. And down we go. Azumarill is pretty good in Rainbow Cup. At the start I kind of dismissed it, like, oh, people are just going to use it because they have it, but it isn't that bad, just because it's so tanky. Because I'm only level 37 still, almost 38, I can only power it up to 39, so it's not as tanky as it could be. Just one level difference though. Oh, well yeah, one level. 2 power-ups. It's not the end of the world. Mantine versus Venusaur. This is a good matchup for us because we're running Wing Attack. So he's staying in, charging up energy, getting off a Frenzy Plant, I assume. So we're going to let it come through. See how much that does, and it actually does a pretty hefty chunk, and then switches out into Blastoise. So we switch out into our Meganium once again. We're probably just going to tank the Ice Beam if he sends it, yep. So Ice Beam, it doesn't destroy us, it does hit us for a fair chunk of health. But at least we get to keep both shields, and it did the job of getting rid of Blastoise. And brings in Venusaur, so we're going to get off this Frenzy Plant. And he burns this shield, so he's still got one shield, we've got both shields. Now I can bring Mantine back in, getting off this Ice Beam. Both Ice Beam and Aerial Ace would be good against Venusaur. Ice Beam, it was a bit of a mistake. I just remembered that Ice Beam charges up quicker on Azumarill, but it doesn't actually charge up quicker on Mantine. But that's alright, because we're getting off the Aerial Ace here, and that's going to be able to finish off Venusaur. And now he's down to his last Pokemon, Azumarill. He's got no shields, we've still got one shield. And in comes Azumarill. So this is good for us. It does have a very slight energy advantage, but with the shield, this should be right. We're just going to not shield here, in case he does the same thing that we did, and goes for the Ice Beam to burn. Charging up energy for no real reason, just kind of doing what we can. Shielding up here, Play Rough, so now we'll just be able to Play Rough. Again, this is a really slow matchup. Just waiting to get off the unnecessary Play Roughs. Bubble basically does nothing, so yeah, we'll just keep bubbling away, and he gets off another Play Rough. We're almost done, folks, don't worry. and bubble, 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 and getting off his ice beam to finish it off, just for good measure. And down goes Azumarill. So another good game. Yeah, as I said, Azumarill was definitely better than I thought. You could probably run Hydro Pump for some success, just because Bubble doesn't do much at all. So when you're up against the fire types, you may want to use Hydro Pump, and also it's pretty good neutral damage if it isn't resisted. So keep that in mind. It does take a bit more energy to charge up. Going in with Mantine, and against Raichu, this is an awful matchup for us. So we have to switch out straight away into Lantern. We've gone triple water here, so we're just going to go into the one guy who isn't so weak to electric. Does Brick Break, and that doesn't do much at all. Brings in Lapras. This is actually pretty good for us, but it does mean that we're going to have some problems with Raichu later. That does a whole lot to Lapras, and he'll just let it go through. And we're going to have to shield this one up because we do want to keep our Lantern alive. Just water gunning away, trying to finish off with water guns, but it's probably not going to happen. Oh, it did happen. There you go. And we've got a Thunderbolt ready to see what he brings in. And he brings in Azumarill, so this is also good for us. And he's brought in Azumarill. Okay, Raichu, so he didn't go triple water. Almost got to another Thunderbolt, and here it is. Not sure if he's charging up energy on us or what. And he let that go through too. He's still got a shield. And we're going to shield... Actually, no, let that come through. Play rough. Because we've still got our Azumarill and Mantine. So go for the Azumarill mirror match. We know that we're not going to lose here. And just... this is like the third game in a row that we're just Azumarill mirror matching. At least this one will be done a little quicker than the other ones. We're just going to finish off with Bubble. But, nope, then we decided to get the play rough off just because... So Azumarill would go away, and we almost have another play rough ready to go on to Ice Beam. Man, can't do words now. Getting off the Ice Beam. Wow, that does a fair chunk to Raichu. There you go. So we're gonna have to shield this up because we want, and it was Brick Break. So, oh, that's GG. And he didn't use his last shield. Not sure why there, but maybe it's just one of the situations where you're saving it, you're saving it, and you just never end up using it. Triple water did actually go better than expected, winning the game. So we're just going to go in again. This will be the last battle of the video. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do that. And like, and comment, all that good stuff that I'm going to repeat in another minute and a half anyway. And a Mantine versus Raichu again. This is just terrible. So we have to get out straight away. Again, going into Lantern. This will, and this time he's brought Venusaur. This is basically going to be the end of our triple water team. Mantine is able to beat Venusaur, but we're stuck with the Lantern here. We shielded up, which might have been the wrong move, although Thunderbolt did do a pretty hefty chunk. So trying to get to another one of those. And he's probably got off another Frenzy Plant so that we didn't get to one of those. So maybe it's for the best, I'm not too sure here. Going into Mantine, who will be able to finish off Venusaur just before he gets off the charge move, which is good. And he brings in Raichu again. So we get off this Aerial Ace just to do any damage that we can. And he shields up, gets off his own charge move, so we're going to have to burn a shield here. And then switch into Azumarill because Azumarill is better than having Mantine in. Just as he's getting off the Wild Charge, so that tears through Azumarill. And we're just going to try and do as much as we can, getting off this Ice Beam, any damage that we can. And he burns his last shield, so now we're shieldless. He's going to be able to finish that off. Now I've just stuck with Mantine, and he's getting off a charge move and Wild Charge, and that will finish off the game. So good game. Thank you to Benny's Master for the battles. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one, and I'll see you in the next one.